Okay, so have you ever felt like you're doing everything right?
Yeah.
Eating healthy, working out, but still hitting a wall,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
like something's holding you back.
Mm.
Well, today's deep dive, we're going to try to expose that hidden culprit.
Okay, I like it.
We're taking a sneak peek into James Uberti's toxic-free diet, before you commit to the whole book.
Sounds good.
So think of it as a little cheat sheet,
Yeah.
just to see what it's all about.
Okay.
And the big question is, could hidden toxins be like sabotaging your efforts?
Hmm.
Uberti claims it's not just what you eat, but like what's hidden inside your food, your products.
Yeah, this really resonates with me. There's growing awareness about environmental toxins and how they impact our health.
Yeah, totally. It's not about, hiding from the world.
Right. It's about being informed, making conscious choices.
Exactly. Not, trying to scare anyone. He's empowering people.
Exactly.
Okay, so get this. The book says these toxins can mess with hormones that regulate your weight.
Oh.
So you could be doing everything right, and these hidden chemicals are throwing off your body's balance.
Yeah, that's a really important point, especially if you've been struggling with weight loss.
Yeah.
You think you're doing everything right, but then these hormones are working against you.
It's like a hidden battle.
Right. And Uberti specifically points to BPA, which is in so many plastics, and it can mimic estrogen in the body.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and that can lead to weight gain, especially around the belly.
Ugh, that's the worst.
And it just messes with your whole hormonal balance.
Oh, no. So even my water bottle could be contributing.
It's possible, yeah. That's the power of awareness, right?
Totally.
Uberti calls it becoming a toxic-free avenger.
I love that.
He doesn't just tell you what to avoid, he gives you solutions.
Okay, so one reviewer called the book a comprehensive guide to eliminating these challenges.
Okay.
So let's break it down. What's Uberti targeting?
Personal care products, cleaning supplies, your whole environment matters.
So it's not just swapping chips for kale.
No.
It's about everything we're putting in on our body.
Exactly. It's recognizing that seemingly harmless things can add to your toxic load.
Hmm.
And that can contribute to weight gain, fatigue, even more serious health problems over time.
Okay. This is getting really interesting. This book isn't about like hiding from the world in a bubble.
Toxic-free diet is not about avoidance. It's about being equipped to make informed choices that support your well-being.
I like that.
Because knowledge without action is useless, right?
Totally.
He gives you that action plan.
So it's about taking control, being that toxic-free avenger.
Yes.
I love that it's not about being perfect. It's about making those conscious choices.
Exactly.
Now I'm even more curious what specific toxins he highlights.
So he goes beyond the usual suspects like pesticides.
Okay.
We're talking things you encounter every day. It's pretty powerful stuff.
So are we talking about living in a bubble here?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
Toxic-free diet is about empowerment, not paranoia.
Okay.
It's about understanding the risks and then making choices to minimize your exposure.
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
So Uberti's basically saying we need to become detectives in our own lives.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about reading labels, researching products, really understanding what you're bringing into your home and putting on your body.
Okay. This is definitely making me rethink my whole approach to health.
Yeah.
It's not just about calories and exercise anymore.
It's a bigger picture.
It's like taking a closer look at everything in our environment and understanding its impact.
That's the beauty of toxic-free diet. It opens your eyes to a whole new layer of health.
Totally. And from what we've seen so far, Uberti provides the roadmap to navigate it.
He does. It's not just what we put on our bodies, though. Uberti also goes into these hidden toxins that are in our homes.
Okay, this is where I start to get a little nervous.
Yeah.
I like my house clean,
Yeah.
but I always wonder about those harsh chemical cleaners.
Yeah. I know what you mean, like those conventional cleaning products. They might kill germs, but they also bring in a lot of chemicals into your home.
Ugh, so I'm trading one problem for another.
Right. That's why Uberti really pushes for these like natural cleaning solutions.
Okay.
Like vinegar, baking soda, essential oils, stuff you probably already have.
Wait, so I can ditch the harsh chemicals.
Yeah.
A&D save money. That's awesome.
Exactly.
But are these DIY cleaners really effective?
Uberti gives you all these recipes and tips that show they really can be.
Yeah.
It might take a little more work, elbow grease, but you're cleaning without those harsh fumes.
Yeah, that's a huge motivator for me. I'm all about making my home healthy, not a chemical zone.
Exactly.
So beyond cleaning products, what other, household things does Uberti talk about?
He talks about filtering your water,
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to forget about what's coming out of our taps.
Right.
Uberti talks about things like chlorine and even traces of pesticides that can end up in your drinking water.
Okay, I've seen those water filter pictures. Are those necessary?
Well, Uberti argues that filtering your water is a simple but really effective way to reduce your toxic burden. It's not just about taste. It's about removing those chemicals you could be drinking every day.
Okay, I'm convinced I'm definitely going to up my water filtration game.
Good.
This whole deep dive is making me realize how much control we actually have. It's not about being victim.
Right. It's about taking charge.
Exactly. And that's what makes toxic-free diet so interesting. It doesn't just point out the problems, it gives you solutions.
It does, and it encourages you to be proactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking notes like crazy over here.
Good. That's the beauty of this book.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a diet book. It's like a lifestyle guide.
Totally.
It's about realizing that everything is connected when it comes to our health.
So we've talked about toxins in food products, homes.
Right.
Is there anything else Uberti covers that might surprise people?
One thing that stood out to me was his discussion of bio-individuality.
Bio-individuality, what is
It
that?
basically means that we're all different, and what works for one person might not work for another.
Okay.
Our bodies process things differently. We have different sensitivities. We have unique needs.
So there's no one-size-fits-all approach to this.
Exactly, and Uberti really stresses that throughout the book. He gives you a framework, but encourages you to listen to your body experiment. Find what works for you.
That's really cool. It's like taking ownership of your own health.
Right, and Toxic-Free Diet gives you the information to do that.
Yeah.
It's about being an informed consumer, knowing your needs, and making choices that support your health.
I'm starting to see how this book could really change things for people.
Me too.
It's not about rules. It's about giving you the power to make the best choices for yourself.
That's what I love about it. It's about taking control, becoming that toxic-free avenger.
I love that phrase.
It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your well-being on every level.
Okay, I'm sold. Let's talk specifics. What are some actual steps Uberti recommends? I know our listeners are probably wondering what they can actually do.
He breaks it down into really manageable steps so it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Okay, good, because it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is focusing on your diet.
Okay, that makes sense. Food is fuel.
Right. He says to eat whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, foods that haven't been processed a lot.
So ditch the packaged stuff and go for fresh ingredients.
Exactly. But he knows that sometimes those convenience foods are tempting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's about balance, he says.
Okay.
Even just swapping out one processed meal a day can make a difference.
Okay, that's much more realistic.
Right. It's about small changes you can stick with.
Totally. And he gives recipes in the book, right?
He does lots of them.
Okay, I'm sold. What else is on the action plan?
He also focuses on reducing toxins in our homes.
Right, we talked about cleaning products.
Right. What else can we do to make our homes healthier?
Yeah.
Well, he talks about choosing non-toxic furniture and building materials whenever you can.
Okay.
And he also suggests getting an air purifier to get rid of allergens and pollutants in the air.
Oh, an air purifier. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, especially if you live in a city.
Right. And if you love scented candles and air fresheners, he says to switch to natural things like essential oils and Uberti gives a lot more details in the book about everything from cookware to filtering your shower water.
Wow. I had no idea. There were so many sources of toxins.
There are, but it's not about feeling overwhelmed. It's about being empowered to make changes. And that's what's so great about Toxic-Free Diet. It gives you the knowledge to create a healthier life.
I'm really excited to read the whole book, but before we wrap up, I have one more question. What about people who have already been exposed to a lot of toxins? Is there any hope?
Absolutely. One of the things I love about Uberti is that he focuses on how resilient our bodies are. Our bodies are designed to detoxify. So even if we've been exposed to toxins, there are things we can do to help our bodies heal. And that's what makes Toxic-Free Diet so powerful. It's not just about avoiding toxins. It's about supporting your body's ability to heal itself.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of toxins, but I also feel like I can actually do something about it.
That's great to hear. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding the risks, we can make better choices.
Where do we even start?
That's where I think his idea of the toxic-free Avenger is so helpful.
Okay.
He gives you a roadmap. He breaks it down into manageable steps.
Okay, I like that. Break it down for me. What are some of the first steps?
Well, one of the easiest things you can do today is just swap out your plastic water bottle for a stainless steel or glass one.
Okay, that's easy enough. I've been meaning to do that anyway.
Right, and it's better for the environment, too.
Exactly. Win-win.
Another simple step is to start reading food labels more carefully.
Okay.
Like, look for products with fewer ingredients and avoid all those artificial additives and preservatives.
Okay, I can definitely be a more conscious shopper.
Good.
But what about those endocrine disruptors? They sound really bad. What can we do about those?
So, Uberti suggests choosing personal care products that don't have parabens, phthalates, or synthetic fragrances.
Okay.
And when it comes to food, try to go for organic produce, especially for those dirty dozen fruits and veggies.
Got it. Natural deodorant, organic berries, checking labels, it's all going on the list.
Perfect.
But besides all the practical stuff, does Uberti talk about the mental and emotional side of this? It's easy to get overwhelmed.
He does, and it's really important, he says, to focus on having a positive mindset. It's not about being scared of toxins, it's about feeling empowered to make healthy choices.
I love that it's not about deprivation, it's about feeling good.
Exactly, and that includes taking care of your mental health.
Right.
Stress management is so important, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Uberti recommends things like mindfulness and meditation to help you stay grounded.
So it's not just about changing what you buy, it's about changing your mindset too.
Right, it's about a holistic approach to health that looks at everything.
This has been such an eye-opening. I've learned so much about toxins, but I also feel like I can actually do something about it.
That's wonderful to hear. Remember, knowledge is power, and when we understand the risks, we can make better choices.
So true for our listeners who want to learn more and start reducing their toxic load. What should they do?
Well, I definitely recommend checking out Toxic Free Diet by James Uberti.
Okay.
It has so much more information, practical tips, and even recipes to help you live a healthier life.
It sounds like the ultimate guide to becoming a toxic-free Avenger.
It really is.
And even if you don't read the whole book, just remember, knowledge is power. Being aware of these toxins is a huge step in the right direction.
Absolutely, and it's not about being perfect. It's about progress, not perfection.
So true.
Every little change you make is a win.
I love that. And, maybe that small change will inspire someone else to make a change too.
Exactly. We can create a ripple effect of positive change.
That's a great thought, creating a healthier world for everyone.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into toxic-free diet. We hope you learned a lot about hidden toxins.
And that you feel empowered to make positive changes.
Remember, you have the power to be your own health hero.
You do.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep thriving.